Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've actually done a video inside my shop. Today we're going to do a coin shop walkthrough and we're going to talk about something that I think is very, very big, and that's the gold to silver ratio. As I film this, we're sitting at over 100 to 1, meaning it takes over 100 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. That's kind of unprecedented. We've had that happen a couple other times in the history of metals, and I'm going to talk about what happened and how silver performed after that ratio got over 100 to 1. But we're going to film a lot of cool things that we have in the shop right now, and I might even sneak in an unboxing and show you some new things that we bought across the counter today. So we got a lot of cool things to unpack while we walk around and discuss. I hope you stick around. So I'm going to be filming my cases here at the coin shop to kind of give you a coin shop walkthrough, because I've been getting a lot of requests for those lately, because that's how people can see what I have and that's how they do their shopping. But while I do that, we're going to discuss what's been happening to the gold and silver markets and how I feel silver is going to perform coming out of this big drop. For those of you who don't know, silver did drop over $4 an ounce. It actually, at one point, it was more like $5.50 an ounce. Since last week. It's a Monday right now. As I film this, it is Monday, April 7th. Silver is about $30 per ounce and gold is about $3,000 per ounce, putting the ratio between the two at 100 to 1. Now that's a number we've only seen a couple other times in the history, at least recent history, of metals. And I'm going to talk about how silver came out of that. So the most recent time was during the COVID shutdown in 2020 and leading into 2021. We saw a ratio of gold to silver that hit over 125 to 1. I'll put that chart up here so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, coming out of that, silver doubled within 12 months. I'm not saying now, because silver and gold have a 100 to 1 ratio right now, that silver is going to double in the next 12 months, but we can learn a lot from history. History shows that silver tends to break out and perform well after a period of time when the ratio gets as high as they are right now, at 100 to 1. To the gold to silver ratio and say it doesn't matter, I get what you're saying. I don't think the gold to silver ratio is ever going to get back to biblical standards where it was, 12 to 1, 15 to 1, something like that, but it is important because history teaches us a lot of things and how metals perform coming out of, we had a crash in a bull market in metal caused by a lot of things. Arguably, you can talk about tariffs, you can talk about state of the economy, you can talk about debt, a lot of things. But fact of the matter is, historically speaking, silver does come out like a shining star in times like this. So I guess I'm telling you to be patient. I can't predict if it's going to follow exactly how it's happened in the past, but history has taught us that silver does come out a winner in times exactly like this. So we shall see, We shall see. So one thing that's been happening a lot today, I've had many customers wanting to take advantage of the out of whack historical ratio between both gold and silver. So I've had, I think 6 people today inquire about trading in gold for silver. Presumably they can trade in 1 ounce of gold and get about 100 ounces of silver. They were questioning, how I do it and what I have available. I did do several trades today. Some were by phone. Some were actually in shop. I have one lined up where somebody's going to be in on Friday and do a substantial trade of gold for silver. And I think that's a great idea in today's market. You want my honest opinion about it? Absolutely. When the ratio gets as high as it is, and I've been saying this since it was above 65 to 1, the ratio between the two. Now we're 100 to 1. To me, that just signals more than ever a great opportunity to purchase silver. Premiums are starting to creep up. As you can see here, I got silver rounds for $1.50 over spot. Those are BU, brilliant uncirculated silver rounds. Just last week, they were $1.25. Wholesale costs on all silver across the board are going up, and not necessarily because of tariffs. Arguably, Some are because of tariffs, but even the stuff made domestically, the privately minted silver right here in the US, premiums are going up. And why is that? Well, we had this huge sell-off and silver went down over $4, you know, depending on timing. You can argue down $5.50 at one point, just in a matter of a couple days. So when that happens, those that have been waiting on the sidelines to buy the dip, bought the dip, and they bought up all of the live product. What live product means, it's product in hand at a wholesaler, ready to ship. They bought up all the live products, so now there's no silver left available that's in a retailable form in a round or a bar. For instance, right now, if I were to order silver buffalo rounds from my wholesaler, I've been told to expect a 4-week delay. So I pay today and I get them a month from now. That's the situation we're in now. And aside from that, not only is it a 4-week delay, the price went up that I have to pay. That always happens in times like these. But even because of that, silver is such a great value right now compared to where it was just 3 days ago, middle of last week. So I, for one, I'm going to be stacking more silver this week and adding to my stack, among other things. But there's great opportunity in times like this when you see pullbacks in all markets, in the stock market, in cryptocurrencies, and in metals. There is definite opportunity right now to lower your average cost and to buy arguably on the cheap. So let me know in the comments if that's something you're going to try to take advantage of. I, for one, picked up more cryptocurrency over the weekend, and I added to my silver stack late this past week on the dip. Buy on the dip, right? That's always good advice if you can buy on the dip. So, but you know, let's do an unboxing. I'm going to show you some products I just got in. The boxes are already torn open, but I'm going to show you the products we got in from our good friend and wholesaler Dave out in Omaha with Coin Huskers. But yeah, let's go take a look at that stuff. So up until this big bag came in, I was just about out of Mercury dimes. But I just got this today delivered to me, and I believe there's over 400 face in Mercury dimes. So if that's something you like, I got them back in stock. Unfortunately for me, I bought these when silver was up over $33 an ounce. But hey, that's part of the game we play. I'll show you what else I got too. Here's some other things that I picked up. I bought a mixed silver lot from my wholesaler. I won't tear this open, but these are assorted 10-ounce silver bars. Looks like I got some sheets of some OPM. That's Ohio Precious Metals silver bars. Got several of those. Occasionally I'll ask my wholesaler, just, you know, send me X ounces and fill it how you choose. So it's kind of a surprise for me when I get them in. Here's some more 10-ounce bars, 9 fine mint, some other smaller footprinted bars there. Looks like all of these are going to be 10-ounce bars. Yep, so we got a big box of 10-ounce bars there. Let's see what's in the third box. Here's the final box contents, and it looks like this is my bag of $500 face of mixed half dollars. Nope, they're already pouring out. Let's flip this over, tear it open, and see what we got. Looks at a glance, a lot of walking liberties. And that might be the whole... Oh, no, I see some Franklins. Pretty walking liberty heavy bag though. Yeah, I would say this is probably 95% walking liberties or more. Franklins maybe were an accident if they got mixed in. There's one. So, but yeah, that's what I got in the mail today. Now I'm going to show you a couple things I bought across the counter. So I bought a lot of gold jewelry today, but I've already put that away, and that's not all that exciting on a bullion channel, so I won't bother pulling that out. But here's a few things that I picked up from YouTube customers who ship me stuff in the mail. I got these different denomination and sizes of MS70 First Strike 2013 gold pandas. That's a 1/20th ounce, a 1/10th ounce, and a 1/4 ounce. So I thought those pieces were kind of cool. This came from a different person who sent me a group of things to price out, and I purchased this from that individual here. This is a 5-ounce Apollo 11th 50th anniversary Proof 70 Deep Cameo PCGS. coin. First day of issue, 5-ounce silver. Nice artwork on that. It's concave and convex, so the footprint looks like it's actually stepped down and impressed into the design of the coin. Really a beautiful, beautiful commemorative our mint put out, and that's a 5-ounce piece. Here's some other gold that I picked up across the counter. We got a sheet of 25 1-gram Geiger gold bars. We've had a lot of gold coming in lately. A lot of people are buying it, but there's a lot of people selling it, taking profits too. Here's some different 5-gram bars. Got some different 2-gram gold bars. There's another 5-gram bar. I think the last pieces I'll show you here, if you can hear it. What's that sound like? That sounds like silver, doesn't it? Are these 3-ounce silver bars. These are really cool. These are an older bar, but I got a baggie of them. I don't know, there's 10 or 12 maybe. But cool piece. It's a 3-ounce silver bar. And then I have its not quite twin because it's a different size, but same maker, and a 2-ounce silver bar. So those are all some new pieces we have here at Minot Coin Bullion. So I'm going to pull the camera off the tripod here and just show you. Here's a bunch of other stuff that came in. I haven't put this away yet, but got a silver proof set from 1997. These boxes are the United States Prestige sets. If you don't know what that is, that's the proof set for the year, but it includes the commemoratives as well. There's the commemorative $50 and the commemorative $1. I got some Kennedy sets. You probably saw those earlier in the video, and then some quarter sets and some different things. So, but yeah, we've been buying a lot from the public. We've been selling a lot too. Business has been good. But if you take anything from today's video, I think you should just pay close attention to the gold to silver ratio and do some research on your own and find out how silver performed coming out of situations like we're in right now. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised to see that silver came out very, very well. Very, very well. So I think it's as good of an opportunity to buy silver than it has been in several months. I mean, we have a lower spot price right now, so take advantage of this $4 and $5 dip if you can. Pick up some more silver. I think with the ratios where they're at today, it's well worth it. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.